twitch.tv/HongsTV.
You can't watch the stream though. Come on. You're playing.
RoyalBlue is like, what is the link?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let me get
What
the
the hell?
link.
Oh, my computer. Hang on. I'm like doing this on the mobile phone, and that is not working.
We should go into a separate call, right? Separate voice.
Yeah. I'll leave if you want. I'll make it.
Oh, there you go. Okay, that's fine.
You should stay for a pre-game interview and a post-game interview.
Oh, I love that idea.
He just left.
All right, let's see.
True. No one can hear dbootyz.
Oh. I guess over here, and here. All right, I put that in general.
All right, we ready?
Wait. Ready.
Whoa. Is it working? All right. dbootyz lofty MMR does not scare me.
Love this.
All right, starting in the top right, we have RoyalBlue playing as Terran.
And in blue.
And in blue.
Yes.
And in the bottom left, we have Nam, dbootyz.
The magenta Protoss. You have to give the color and race.
Wait. Oh, I had it on red-blue.
I see.
Well, guys, what do you know about these two players?
Well, I think we're pretty good friends with both of these players. This is
Yeah,
a
there's-
CPL Tier 0 match. RoyalBlue is very strong Terran. dbootyz has, I think his skill has actually gone up quite a lot this season. Our TVZs used to be pretty competitive, but now he just smashes me.
Yeah. His pylon placement is interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. It leads me to believe he's gonna play to a 1 gate on the low ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
another
what I'm guessing. Yeah. I think a zealot. It's a 2-player map, so easy to know where the other guy is.
Yeah, it looks like dbootyz going for the gas steal here.
Yeah, makes sense. You gotta play aggressive. Force him into well, we'll see how RoyalBlue responds.
Yeah,
He could cancel the SCV. No, it's not going to. Okay.
Ooh.
Well, how do you guys like this building, this sim from RoyalBlue? I kind of expected a line, like a depot to the left of the CC, and the barracks extending that line so that if there were some kind of mid-map gateway aggression play, you can kind of dance your Marines between those buildings. Is that not common in this position?
This one's fine. The Marine can still fit between the racks and the supply depot, and the Zealot cannot.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you put the depot here, and then you have another depot here, and that's pretty standard for this position.
Yeah. How about this? And so forgive me, I should say by way of the casters, this is BoldEgul, and
That's right.
and Lizard is. You gonna introduce yourself there?
Yeah. LizardKingly, Lizard, whatever you want.
Lizard's a Terran.
That's correct.
I'm a Zerg. and Hongs is the third caster known, of course, who's hosting the stream, and he's a polyglot StarCraft. Can play all races as well.
Mainly Zerg, but
Mainly Zerg, yeah. So I hesitate to add too much here because obviously I am out of my element as a strictly a Zerg player in a matchup that I never really see.
yeah. And Blue probably knew. I mean, he sees the Zealot now, but you can look if they build a second pylon before they build a third pylon before cybernetics core. Wow. So he's probably going. I imagine this means more Zealots, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it looks like dbootyz, since he took that early gas deal, feels comfortable just going straight.
And there's the second Zealot. So yeah, if you scout a second pylon before the cyber core, that means the Zealot's coming.
Looks like Royal Blue's well prepared here. He's even got an SCV on the ramp.
Yeah.
Just in case there's any shenanigans.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about this build and just kind of in general how you approach this if you were like say Royal Blue or dbootyz?
I think so. Typically, when I get my gas stolen, I just go one Rax fast expand, but that's a little. It is risky for sure. So I think that what Royal Blue did here was fine. He's got 5 Marines, which I think is a lot. I mean, I know he knows more. Oh wait, there's a proxy. So interesting. I think 5. I would stay with 4 Marines probably, and a bunker.
Yeah. So right now, I know that dbootyz likes to go for DTs in this matchup.
Yeah.
But if you're Royal Blue and you scout the fast nexus and the late core, only 1 gateway, are you thinking of some kind of timing push? Yeah, it looks like.
Oh, absolutely.
Looks like
Yeah.
he is going 2 fact here.
Yeah.
I
And
think
it's a robo, so this makes sense. I think he's gonna try and break the natural, like throw down some more gateways. Zealot Dragoon, robo.
I definitely think this is the perfect storm for a timing aggression from Terran. However, was just chatting with Royal Blue earlier today and didn't. I was kind of teasing him because I felt like there were some opportunities for him to punish play just like this, and he wasn't capitalizing. So I'm really interested to see if he if he sings a different tune this game.
Oh, the scout was so close to scouting it, by the way. So some important things happened. First of all, dbootyz scouted multiple Marines, more than 4, and no bunker here at the front. So he should be gearing up for some kind of push to defend the push. It looks like it's coming out now. And it doesn't seem like the Reaver is going to be out in time for a counter.
Yeah.
Oh, this
the machine shop on the factory is spinning too. Oh, it finished. So I imagine that's mines. Yeah, the vultures have mines now.
Yeah, this could be a very fast game indeed.
Yeah.
I would like to see the goons getting out a little bit more aggressively and kind of trying to stop this on the way. But he's kind of waiting for it to come, and that's going to make it more difficult.
Yeah, the problem is goon range isn't finished yet.
Getting
He's going to have to micro his heart out here.
Yeah, this is rough.
Well, he can pull his probes. He can just forfeit the Nexus, and it's unlikely that Terran will be able to push up his ramp.
This is a great surround here on the Marines.
That mine. Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Is he going to be able to hold this?
Reinforcing vultures. He's got a shuttle out. Yeah.
Well, I like pulling the probes here in and minimizing the damage.
Wow, even a missile turret went up in the net. Behind this, blue is only on 1 base, and if he can get a lot of damage done with this Reaper, I imagine he has one coming.
Oh, Lagoon.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's trying to
Every
save
oh,
it.
Oh,
oh
gosh.
my gosh.
Oh, he killed the SCV building the turret.
Well, if these, oh my god, if these get in the base, it's over. And he really needed those goons.
Yeah.
No, I think I'll be able to hold here. Ramp. Might get his...
Alright, we see we have shuttle movement at the top of the map.
Oh man, Royal Blue really trying to get these vultures up here.
Man, if he loses all these vultures, we need an obs and he can push out pretty easily. There's only one tank here.
And
Here we
here's
go,
the
this could be
Reaver.
catastrophic damage.
Oh,
my
only
gosh.
2. Let's see. Only 3 so far. Those were some really unlucky scarabs. Okay, that one wasn't bad.
But,
Royal Blue
I
expanded,
mean-
but should be able to take down this tank.
I mean, this is a devastating counter.
8 kills on the Reaver.
Wow. Wow, he's able to clear it. Ooh, a dud.
That was really lucky for Royal Blue. I could have killed a lot of SCVs.
Oh no!
Oh, a massive hit. Jeez. And back home, important for dbootyz to keep on getting his gateway production going behind this, reestablish the CC as a nexus. We'll see if that happens. The nexus just went down, so that's a really important part of his recovery plan.
Oh, he's got 2 Reavers now.
So this game looks like it's stabilizing somewhat.
Yeah, I mean, I think Royal Blue is still in a better position.
Yeah, I would take Royal Blue's position here.
But let's see what he can get done with this other Reaver.
Yeah. Is there a worker count somewhere?
Well, not in
Not
real
in
time.
life. Yeah, okay. It looks like they're about even on workers from what I counted. But
Yeah, I actually would favor dbootyz if he had pulled his probes when the push first came, but he did lose something like 8 probes at his expansion,
yeah.
and that'll make it slower for him to get saturation on the second and eventually his third base, and he's going to really need those probes.
Yeah. Yeah. Royal Blue's already got his natural up and running, so he's gonna outpace him as far as the workers go. He's got his armory coming. He's got turrets that'll help defend against the Reaper drops, so it's looking good for Royal Blue.
I like the strategy from dbootyz though, coming out in game 1 with the gas steal and the follow up.
Yeah. Everyone's got a plan until you punch him in the mouth.
Oh no! Just wait for your observer.
If we just wait.
Man.
Oh my gosh, that was very costly. And we can just wait a little bit longer for that observer.
Alright, looks like a Citadel coming up. Oh. Man, I gotta
I don't know.
proxy position.
I mean, Terran is obviously working on their +1 weapons. My sense is that at some point Protoss is going to need to be getting some upgrades online too, because they definitely don't want to fall behind too far in upgrades. Recognizing that Terran upgrades are more powerful in the late game than Protoss is, you still don't want to be at 0-0.
Yeah.
Curious when that's going to happen for dbootyz. He's obviously managing. He's trying to get his third on one.
Another dud. Yeah,
Oh, he's going for it!
Ooh. Oh man.
Oh, that was a pretty good shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna go. So he got the Citadel. Is he gonna go just charge, or is he gonna try and get Storm?
Yeah, it is 6:30. Yeah, looks like both players just kind of macroing up. Royal Blue supplies really high actually in this got a ton of tanks. So, are you going for the third here, or are you going for a push?
If it were me, when I'm ahead, I like to just expand and macro up and get, go to hit like a big 2-1 timing. Like make the Protoss win, because if you just walk across with a push and get killed, you can lose the game. Whereas like if you're already really far ahead, just get your upgrades, get your expo, and force the Protoss to come to you.
Yeah, and what would, obviously the strategy didn't really seem to work out for dbootyz, but what would you say that like Royal Blue's strengths and weaknesses are?
I think he's a really good macro player. I mean, I know that the joke Crazy told me that he 2-facts in every TBT, but I feel like he's a really defensive macro player. Like.
Oh, Royal Blue.
I agree. Having played many games with him in ZVT, that's definitely his style. I think he's very comfortable with the mech style, which is kind of the de facto choice in TVP. As opposed to, same thing as the Zerg, where you can choose to go mech or choose to go bio.
Yeah.
He really favors the mech even when it's an option.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's got both armories upgrading now, and he's got his 3rd CC on the way. This is exactly how I would play it.
Yeah, I'm concerned yet again that we have a forge in the map now at the natural for dbootyz, but it's not spinning, and +1 is complete for Terran. So, if that gap continues to open, it's going to make it difficult for dbootyz over time.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think Royal Blue's playing this right. He's gonna kind of just creep out with his tanks here, I mean, this is on this map, there is a lot of area for Terran to kind of have to control, between your natural and 3rd. So it could be difficult, but I like how Royal Blue is slowly crawling his tanks across, take his 3rd, and when he has 2-1, he's just gonna go push out and crush the Protoss.
Yeah, I think at this point, it might be a little late now, but it's critical that dbootyz try to slow this 3rd down as much as possible. I mean, he still has that Reaver alive. He's gonna try. I thought he's gonna try to use the Reaver to defuse the mine.
Another thing, okay, the forge is spinning now, so that's a good sign for dbootyz. In terms of transitioning to the late game, interested in seeing if we're going to have any arbiter play or carrier-based play. I don't think that this is a game state where you can just mass from gateways and be successful against what Royal Blue is doing. So we need to see the next step in tech from dbootyz for there to be a meaningful late game.
Yeah.
And it looks like, I mean, if I were dbootyz, and I know that Royal Blue is kind of a macro player, I think he's doing the right thing. Just get your macro up, kind of be a little greedy, and get your bases up, and then go for the tech whenever he pushes, or to counter the push.
Yeah, and he has the Templar Archives coming now. Well, actually, I don't know. I kind of like that. With Storm, you can be it's hard to push into Storm as a Terran. And you can do Storm drops, so this seems like you can defend and get back in the game with that, and then after that tech up to Arbiter.
Yeah, I think Arbiter is a great choice for this map.
Yeah. Yeah, and he already has the shuttle out, so it makes sense. Put some Templar in there, try and get a big storm off on a group of tanks or something. I don't know if I like this.
Oh, here we go. You're going for
This
it.
is I can't see this going well.
Shuttle already got a couple of good zealot bombs. Oh, it's Reaver gets taken down instantly. And yeah, this is well, a couple of zealots getting on the tanks.
I mean, that was that's supply parity right there. So that, I mean, that could have been catastrophic. I think if dbootyz had kept pressing, but he picked up a few tanks and he moved out. So that, no, you know, that looks fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he had a great idea, maybe lack of technical ability there.
Well, I mean, I think at this point the third is banked for Terran. Like, just look at this zoning, look at the supply depots on the south side, and just that nugget of tanks in the middle. It's gonna be really difficult to pry that third out. But I'm looking for a couple of observers over by where Terran would take their fourth, and just have good map awareness and have an army in position such that when Terran tries to move there, he can intercept tanks before they've sieged and kind of rinse and repeat that process where he's taken some tanks off and slowing the advance down. I think that would serve him well in this game state.
Yeah. I think maybe if it were me, if I hadn't lost a bunch of tanks right there, I'd probably be pushing right now. So maybe this was the right play by dbootyz. Because like it looks with 3-2 are both coming for Royal Blue, and he's got a fourth coming up. So he's probably not planning on pushing anytime soon. So maybe, if nothing else, it at least bought him some time because he's got his Templar out now. Maybe he could get something done with Storm.
Yeah, I imagine a very a challenging game in the late game for dbootyz if Terran takes that fourth. It's difficult enough with the third being secured.
Yeah, when a Protoss is on 5, you generally want the Terran on 3. It looks like Royal Blue's worried about Arbiters. He's got like a science vessel over here in the natural. And space over the nat.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting enough, there's still no tech choice from dbootyz.
Yeah, I imagine it's got to be Stargate after this. Stargate Arbiter Tribunal. But
well, if it is, it'll be very late, and I think it'll be too late to have an impact on the game. I think we're committed to Storms here. That's what the feeling is from me. From the Zerg, who knows nothing about this matchup.
Yeah, this is tough. I mean, as Royal Blue here, do you even try to push? You could probably just hold half the map, right?
yeah.
Well, not before 3-2, because why would you? He's 2-2 now, so just a little bit longer, and he'll have the third attack upgrade finished. And
I agree with that. 3-2 max out push. I guess the reason to push at 3-2 and max out is because there's no advantage to holding back once you're maxed out. The other thing I could think of is if dbootyz were trying to surprise carrier rush or something, you end the game faster. He knows he's got plenty of scans, but
yeah, but look at this amount of tanks at the fourth. My goodness.
yeah, this is. I feel like carriers would be amazing here because the Goliath count is low. Now I haven't been tracking the scans. It may well be that Royal Blue is well aware that there's no carrier count and he doesn't need to make Goliaths here, and he just had that information. The Stargates are going down, and the bottom right of dbootyz main.
Yeah.
It looks like he's chosen. Okay, 3-2 is finished, so.
Well, one blunder. Losing the science vessel, and he's going in the small choke. Although, let's see how good the storms are. Oh,
wow, that mind drag.
But
No. Yeah.
The rest of Djibouty's army is just kind of melted.
You know, the tank count is just so high. Well, with 13 gateways from Djibouty's, he should be able to get a supply back up pretty quickly. But this is a game of minerals over time at this point. And so how many times can you have a big hit like that, go down 20 supply and remake your army before you're out of minerals and the game's over?
Wow, and Djibouty's is going for a third Stargate and Fleet Beacon. But I think it's too late.
See, here's a push that is I guess we'll call it the fourth. He pulled his probe successfully though, so that's good for him. And get it over to bottom right.
Yeah, it looks like Djibouty's, is trying not to save his base, has opted for it. But I don't know if he knows it's only 5 tanks and a couple of supporting units here.
Yeah, he probably could have held it. Okay. He's got a 4th Stargate on the way.
All right, when in doubt, hit the C button.
I feel like this map, I'm not too scared of carriers. There's like so little. What's hard for Terran is where there's maps with a lot of dead space where you can't get to the carriers, I mean, I guess right near your natural, there's some there. And that's like the only spot. Everywhere else, you can just kill the carriers. Maybe between your 3rd and 4th, but...
And I'll just observe, I don't mean to harp on this, but once again, you're looking at Terran upgrades, which are maxed at this point, and Protoss upgrades, which are 210. So, every time that Djibouty's is considering pushing into this tank line, there's going to be he's going to hemorrhage units.
Yeah, I mean, that's usually the case no matter what upgrades Protoss has.
Sure, yeah, I mean, it's ill-advised.
I think also Djibouty's, like right now Djibouty's is maxed out and he's got 2 idle Stargates. I think he wants to find a cost-efficient way to free up some supply.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, and here, like in this position, there's absolutely no need for Royal Blue to push, because he can deny the top left bases, and then Djibouty's is gonna ride out super fast.
Yeah.
Looks like we have the Polish recall here, triple shuttle. Let's see. Oh no, he's just joining up with the rest of his army.
A lot of mines.
Here we go. Triple recall. Let's see how good the unload is. Oh, pretty good. Pretty good storm, but at this point in the game,
Could lost more.
Aren't really that important.
3 shuttles and a few Templars for some number of SCVs and Vultures.
Yeah, you really have to get a position.
Alright, here comes Royal Blue's push.
See if Djibouty's is aware of it. Oh man, his army is looking so small.
Where are those carriers? He has 2. Oh, there they are. They're at his 3rd.
Oh man.
Oh no, oh no. So here go the
Zealots
Zealots.
are melting.
We need to see some good storms here if this is going to be the engagement.
Yeah.
I don't think this is really what he intended, but they got kind of pulled up by some errant tank fire.
Yeah, they got aggroed in.
Yeah, and I think that Royal Blue senses the blood in the water, and he's continuing the push.
Yeah.
He's got to be a little bit careful here. He gets surrounded. He sees
Yeah,
it at
he's-
the time.
I think dbootyz is trying to wait. He's got 4 carriers that are about to finish. And 6 carriers, like 2 carriers, you can pretty much laugh at, even if you only have like 6 Goliaths. You know, the 2 carriers won't do much. But 6 carriers, that's a little more scary. Oh, he has 4 out and 4 on the way, so 8 carriers.
Here we go. Looks like he's targeting some vultures.
I'm not sure the interceptor count is at max for all these carriers quite yet either.
Yeah, looks like he's choosing to target the tanks instead of the
Yeah.
carriers here.
Man, 3 of the carriers only have 3 interceptors.
But I mean, the carriers are definitely doing their job. They've definitely kind of stopping this push to some extent.
He's got 5 now. I mean, he's got plenty of money. He needs to build those interceptors.
And at Royal Blue's base, we see some wraiths going down. It looks like the control tower is blinking, so it looks like there might be some cloaked wraiths as a solution to the carriers if we get to that point.
Oh! Someone should tell Royal Blue that carriers can kill Goliaths.
I have
Oh no! This is suboptimal.
Oh no.
Oh
Gosh. Oh, this is game over.
Oh,
All the carriers are gone.
man.
The game.
I really liked the aggressive style from dbootyz in the opener, and you know, honestly, my secret wish was that could have seen more success. But overall, really great game, great response from Royal Blue, very exciting from the start all the way to the end.
All right. What's the second map?
I think it's Sylphid, and I will double check and confirm that.
I have that map.
It was ladder map, like in ladder
Jeez,
season
this
7 or
is
6, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Neo Sylphid.
Wow, how do you remember that? That's incredible. January 20 was
No, I mean that map's been in the pool, and it has been the map on a couple of the weeks that I've played this season. So I just know from when I had to dredge it up.
All right, dbootyz. I don't know. He might be watching the replay here. But oh no, they're here. So yeah, I really like the cast steal. Feel like anytime you can get that off, it's pretty good. The follow up though, like just going 1 gate, 2 zealot, and to expand. Not it's interesting.
Do you like core? Do you like core before Nexus there better?
I don't know, man. I feel like you just shouldn't make the zealots. Or
I think 1 zealot is good.
alright.
I don't know. Here's what I would have done. I still would have gone 1 zealot, but I would have done core before Nexus, Dragoon range, and then just sit in an arc, because that's what Artosis complains about. I mean, that's a good map to have like a bunch of ranged Dragoons on, you know, sitting outside the Terran map.
Yeah, that map does feel really hard to take a third as Terran.
Yeah, so
But anyway, in the purple, bottom left, we have dbootyz. And in the right, as blue, we have Royal Blue.
So Neo Sylphid,
Yeah, what are your thoughts here?
3-player map. It is. I feel like this is a good map for aggression.
As Terran?
No.
It's Protoss?
Yeah.
What kind of aggression?
Well, I'm just thinking like the so like the middle is pretty open, and you have like high grounds that lead. Like your high ground third leads into your natural, so it's kind of hard to push. You don't want to push up a high ground, and then if you push into the middle, it's really wide open. So I feel like this is how I feel when I play Terran. I feel like I have to play a little more defensively and get like a big 3-2 maxed out push. So like a heavy gateway style is what I would have difficulty with on this map.
So, in case you don't know, the third that's on the kind of close to the middle of the map, it's on a high ground, but it doesn't actually give you high ground advantage there. It's like a fake high ground.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't actually know that.
It's just more of the choke. That's.
Yeah, true.
So I'm thinking in this map, like I'm thinking if I'm dbootyz, like all right, I tried my cheese in game 1, and it didn't work out that well. I'm going 12 next year. Try to get that econ advantage. Oh, he built a core, but he canceled it.
Huh.
Right? It looks like he's going 1 gate core. Yeah, I definitely feel like he should be able to get some kind of early advantage, but looks like he's just playing standard.
No, well, he's proxying again.
Proxying something.
He does, like you said, he does like DTs.
I love proxy on this map. I think it's a great map for proxy play because you have these hidden little pockets, and there's many of them to choose from, and they're all all have easy close access to Terran's main. So I'm excited to see what happens with that.
So looks like the Royal Blue is going for fact expand. And taking it back to last game, do you guys think Royal Blue planned the 2-fact, or you just did it based on response to getting his gas stolen?
I think it was a response. I'm not sure, but my guess is that Royal Blue is normally a factory expand player in TVP. That's my guess.
Let's see if Royal Blue can sniff out there's a pylon missing.
I would be curious if he didn't 2-fact based on the information he had from his SCV in the main. I mean, that alone seemed like, when you had that late core after the natural nexus going down, those conditions are great for Terran aggression.
Yeah, that was...
The gas steal notwithstanding, right?
That was interesting seeing that in the pace for sure.
Let's see what this probe is going to make.
Now, is this proxy play? Does it feel late to anyone else? It seems like we had less setup, and
It's really late. If he's
it could have done something if we wanted it to, but now maybe it's not going to do anything.
No, it looks like dbootyz is changing his mind actually.
Yeah.
And this bit of indecisiveness could come back to bite him. Oh, it looks like Royal Blue has gone for Vulture Expand. Interesting. Let's see how good his Vulture control is. Oh, it takes a couple hits. dbootyz is prepared back home. Oh, that Vulture.
Man,
Oh, he's going for it.
he's got a dive on it. He got it.
Oh, wow. That's a bold choice.
He only took a little bit of hull damage on that Dragoon too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was really nice.
These dragoons are gonna catch this vulture.
Yeah, he's gonna lay some mines outside.
Yeah, okay. Good old 3-gate robo.
Yeah, looks like both players playing fairly standard here. Tank is out.
We got the armory spinning.
I'll be curious if we get to talk to the players after these games. If dbootyz had a rationale, maybe he was, mega brain making decisions and seeing information and choosing not to proxy, or if it was a simple forgetfulness, or what was the driver there.
Yeah, it did seem like he only sent out one probe. And he was kind of sticking around the natural.
Yeah. I feel like so the academy is a little bit late, I think. Feels like if he had proxy DTs or something, it would have been pretty good.
Yeah, it looks like Royal Blue's going for maybe a drop play here. Gonna catch that probe, trying to build third. It's gonna be frustrating. Looks like Citadel's coming up. And I don't know if this is just how dbootyz plays, but I know his last game his Citadel was like super early, but he didn't have Templars for a long time.
Yeah, I guess for a charge. Or speed lens.
Yeah, it felt too early.
I mean, it's what I'm curious about right now is that, Blue has no turrets and no engineering bay. Even, I mean, if we had even done proxy robo, how does he know he doesn't need to worry about that here? It would be good here. I feel like maybe there are enough tanks to just provide coverage that it's not a problem, but a couple zealots and a Reaver could take off several tanks, and that'd be pretty bad for Terran.
Yeah.
Once again, as the layperson in this matchup, for me, I'm just interested in what information has led these players to know that this is okay. There is the engineering bay there at the bottom, but once again, could have been very late if there had been a robo push. So.
Yeah. I think maybe the timing of the range and when he took his natural, because with the vulture, he scouted, I think, that he had the natural, and he had already scouted the range was coming, so I think based on those things, that's why he
knew that it was safe.
He could go Armory Academy instead of getting an eBay.
Yeah, it just looks like a pretty standard macro game here. Kind of why I don't love casting TVPs.
Even friends TVPs.
Yeah. It's not as much juicy. Well, sometimes there is, but
It could have been. I mean, at the beginning, it certainly looked like dbootyz was going to give us another exciting option. But maybe he feels like, hey, I tried that game one. I put that possibility on the table, and now I'm just ready to run my. He might feel very confident in his late game macro and say, I'm done trying, marginal strategies. That's macro.
looks like Royal Blue got a scan off in the main. Didn't really see much. Just checking that gateway count.
Ooh. I don't know about running them. Okay.
We had a misclick there.
Yeah.
So once again, I mean, I think an observer outside the NAT somewhere at least gets some visibility on if or when Terran is thinking about moving out or trying to take a kind of push out, having that army in position to intercept things like these vultures would be fantastic. But they're kind of getting out uncontested. It's a little surprising to me.
Yeah, like Artosis always says, you gotta sit in an arc, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And now we have direct mines being all over the map because we have this. It's like a disease or something. It's spreading.
Oh man, these vultures can do a lot of damage here.
Into the net.
Oh no.
Oh. Oh no. Man, I was feeling really good about dbootyz game this game, but this is tough. Although he's done a pretty good job of mitigating the damage by pulling probes. There's still economic damage happening, but looks like he's he made the best of it.
This mine, the left. Oh, okay. It didn't trigger. There's like a group of zealots just waiting to be killed by that one mine. But behind this, he's taking a fourth, and he's got Arbiter Tribunal on the way. So.
I really like that. I like the earlier Arbiter. At least get one on the map. And I guess the question then is, do you expect recall play or do you expect stasis play with that Arbiter?
For me, on this map, I would think recall. I mean, just the way that there's many angles, you have to cover, because the Arbiter can fly in basically anywhere. Like your main, there's a lot of surface area for an Arbiter to fly through.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, looks like RoyalBlue's going for a 6-pack timing push. I think we might have missed this.
Oh yeah, you're right. I thought he was going to drop down his third CC. When he was on 3 packs, I thought he was going to drop down his third CC. But he's on 7 factories on 2-1, so this push is going to be...
dbootyz kind of getting ready, but backing off a little bit. See how this goes. How good is the control?
Yeah.
Oh, dbootyz is going for it. Protoss, dirt A move.
Exactly. I think it's gonna be.
If you get some good mind drag,
yeah, exactly.
Really good.
Zealots on the tanks. It's good.
All right.
Now he pulls back. That was good.
Time, yeah.
Yeah, that was good. I liked that.
Still, I think RoyalBlue kept the majority of his tanks alive. Definitely could still push if he wanted to. Using a few vultures here.
Got more zealots coming. If we have 2 Stargates blinking, so we have Arbiters almost here.
Looks like RoyalBlue's just gonna gear up and play it safe and take his 3rd base, which I think is probably the correct decision here.
That that engagement from dbootyz was good.
So I like this observer here. If you notice over the 3rd, dbootyz is able to see all this. So this is something that I think has been. He hasn't quite had this degree of visibility on the army as it's moving. So interested to see if he's able to capitalize at all, or if this induces a decision from him.
Yeah, it looks like RoyalBlue maybe a little bit of indecision here, just kind of moving his army around.
The one criticism of dbootyz play is he's on 1-0 and his forge is not spinning, which is painful because the Terran's on 2-1 and both armories are going.
Yeah, it's definitely easy to get those upgrades.
So I'm just curious. It looks like Terran has a lot of his army kind of north of the 3rd, and the natural's fairly open. I'm not sure if in this matchup I'm thinking like Zerg. where's the push? I was going to be where the Terran isn't. And
looks like we're gonna have a big engagement here. Hold that
Yeah.
thought.
It's
here we go.
pretty. This is a pretty good surround.
Stasis, please.
Oh,
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
that was a good one.
5 tanks. It's pretty good.
That was a really strong stasis. I think.
It's a little bit late,
Yeah.
so he's not able to kind
Man.
of capitalize on.
Oh, don't lose the Arbiter.
Oh man.
He's taking a lot of free hits
But
here.
have some reinforcements coming. Oh, he really needs to clean this completely out for it to be effective. And I'm afraid that he might not be able to do that. Okay, we'll see what these Elts can do.
Zealot's running in. Zealot's getting on top of the tanks. This is great.
But the vultures,
Is
too many
it enough?
vultures left.
Oh, just
No.
barely not enough.
Oh man. Oh. Well, looking at supplies now, definitely seemed like a steep uphill battle for dbootyz after that engagement. If he had been able to clear that entire block of tanks, I guess there are 7 tanks there, that would have been a really big deal. Also, the map position, just forcing Terran to reset essentially. But now I think this is quite scary for Protoss because
Yeah,
Terran can get in between all these expansions and
yeah.
where the army will come out and just split dbootyz's ability to defend himself. And
Yeah, this mine placement is fantastic.
Yeah, it gives him really good. He can see,
Oh, let's see if the
Any-
Zealots can do anything. Oh no, the Arbiter.
oh man,
Yeah, this is a really hard, like, I don't even know if if I were Royal Blue here, I would siege the tanks that he has and just sit them here, and then use some of his reinforcements to go kill the 4th and 5th,
yeah, just take off the expansions and then it's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, once you kill this natural and you get your tanks to be able to shoot at this tiny choke here, then it just becomes really,
Ah man, and now you can see dbootyz's units are rallying into a place where there's a Terran army there now, and he's just scrambled to, reset his rally and get his units under control.
all right, here we go. It's an attempt to bust out. Some decent
Oh,
play.
man.
GG.
GG.
Let's see if we can get Royal Blue on for an interview.
I mean, they could both hop in if they were so inclined.
Yeah, but dbootyz's mic sucks, so we're not gonna be able to hear him. What do you think of that game?
Here he is, the victor. Royal Blue.
Royal Blue, welcome. How do you feel after smashing dbootyz?
Smashing your worthy opponent.
Yeah. No, it was a good game. Both of them. The second one, when he went carriers, I was like, oh no, is he really going to drag this out? But they were good games.
Let's
In the first game, after you did a gas steal, or I guess in the first game, you went 2-fact. Was that
Yeah, I
specific
did.
response to what he did?
Yeah,
Or you
I was. I was like, I'm not letting him get away with this. At first, I was going to do an FD, and then I decided I'm going to drop my second factory and go for basically kill the Nexus. Because I was like, gonna FD, and then I decided FD could fail. Even though he didn't really have a very early Cybernex core, because he went for 2 zealots.
Yeah.
But with with the vulture reinforcement, it made it so pretty much like there was zero chance of failure. And then when I did mess up by like trying to overextend into the main, and then he did do a nice Weaver counterattack though that evened it out.
Yeah.
Did you when you scouted his base, and did you notice that like something was off, like his core was late or he had low gate count?
Yeah, I noticed both those things. He had one gate and his core was delayed. I don't know why though. The first game you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's what I noticed, and so that's why I went for an FD into it too fast.
I see. So I guess, did you ever scout out the proxy robo?
I did at the end of the game, where like when I took my fourth, basically, I like maybe like after I took my third, I saw it with some vultures and I killed it. It was frustrating though to see, for sure. I thought it was at the third. I scouted the third, but I didn't scout it very well. It was at the fourth. So
Yeah, I just barely missed it.
Yeah. So we also have dbootyz in here in the channel. I don't know how good his mic is today.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Oh,
can.
yeah.
Actually, it's pretty good.
Please.
So, man, that first game, I really thought you were gonna proxy DT. What were your thoughts on the first game?
My core was late. I fucked up. I made too many zealots. I thought you were gonna pull the boys on me.
Okay.
Gotcha. Makes
Were
sense.
you planning a proxy in game 2? Your second pylon?
No, I was just trying to fuck with him. This
Okay.
SCG got in my face, and I wanted to sleep on pylon. Be like, oh, what the fuck? Is this some other cheese bullshit?
Some mind games.
Oh.
And did that have an effect, RoyalBlue? Were you able to tell that he only had one pylon?
The second game,
Yeah.
Yeah.
let me think. I don't know if it had an effect on me.
If it, I mean, if it were me and I had scouted the one pylon, if I had registered it, I would have thrown down like an earlier eBay. Is that what you're typically thinking? Because it's either Robo or DT, so you want turrets either way if they've proxied something.
Yeah, I think you're right. I would have gotten a faster eBay, but I didn't get a fast eBay at all. I just relied on mines. So
Yeah, because you went
I don't think
armory.
I think he had Weird Sim City though. Was it that game that he had like stuff like in the corner of his base, kind of? And that game you also only went to seemed like you had pretty low tech, right?
Yeah,
Was that
I was hoping to do a kind of a
2 base timing?
bust. I thought you were a 3 base bust on you, but like you didn't expand.
Yes.
I thought you were playing like macro like 200, 200,
Yeah.
kind of turtling up, but I was clearly wrong. Because I saw you got the fast armory, and I'm like, okay, he has like a fast armory. He only has like 2 factories, so he's probably just gonna like rely on like 3-2.
Uh-huh.
I think he did.
Yeah, I went out with 2-1, and then you pretty much stuffed that push pretty hard, I think. And then I had to wait for like reinforcements, and then I went again.
I
As I
have to
said,
know my
after this.
SimCity like game. I kind of ran out of room. I think I could have expanded again earlier, but I was waiting for you to like move out and try to take your third.
Mhm.
It's not happening. So is he gonna push?
Yeah. It's a tricky build if you haven't seen it before, for sure.
I think you've done it to me once. Because it's really just like a heavy upgrades. Like you'll get your third eventually, but I thought you were kind of just gonna turtle up to 200.
I have a question about game 2, where I think it was a critical engagement, and I was joking during the stream about it kind of being the know nothing when it comes to this particular matchup. But I wanted to ask dbootyz. You had arbiters on the map. You had a really good sized army. Terran is pushing out, and I thought, man, get that stasis off, and you could really clean it up. And it felt like you had the stasis, and maybe it just didn't go off as soon as you would have liked. Or do you think that was that seemed to me to be a really important part of the engagement? And then after
the
that,
arbiter to stasis, and then because I think it was hotkeyed in my group, I also moved on it. And I think it didn't register the command.
okay.
So I did end up doing the stasis. I think I know the moment you're talking about, but it was late.
It was late, yeah.
It was a
still
little
good stasis. You
Yeah,
hit a bunch of
honestly,
tanks. It's just a little bit.
I kind of think that game could have gone differently if that stasis had been earlier. If that one thing had been different, because
Yeah,
then you get to clean all those tanks up because you haven't lost as much, and then all of a sudden he has to reset and can't. He doesn't have this incredible presence in the middle of the map. So I felt like that was really a critical juncture. It's unfortunate for the Protoss there.
It is, but
So-
I mean, he played well. Yeah.
Oh, great games! I really enjoyed both of the games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's too cordial. Terran
Well, I can't really talk shit if I got O2.
Yeah, we'll have to do a few bloodbath games after this, just to get all out of our system. All the shit
There
talking.
you go.
Okay.
Yeah, GG's, dude. Hopefully
Yeah,
I'll
GGs.
see you again in the playoffs, or whenever you want to play again.
Yeah, for sure. Well played, man.
GG's. All right. Well, I think that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody.
All right. See ya.